Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be removing this marker reflector off the front fender of the Nissan Frontier Pro 4X. This did come stock, but I'm going to be replacing it with a light up LED marker. So there will be some running of cables, hopefully no drilling. I'll show you where I'm tapping into and then also some slight modification I'm doing to the light. Let's get started. All right, I picked these up off of Amazon. I'll post the link in the description. But these are the reflector lights I went with. Notice they are a clear front. These are actually an amber light, an amber LED in there. The other options I could choose from was a a smoke front with a white light, or this clear with the amber light. What I want is kind of a combination. I want the smoke lens with the yellow light. I kind of like how my truck is nearly black through and through. Just on all the stuff I've added, I've always kept it close to that original black color. So I kind of want to keep that black throughout. And so what I've got is some Rust-Oleum lens tint meant to kind of add that shadow look to your lights, or that darked out look to your lights. So first thing I'm going to do is spray paint these and let them dry, and I'll show you how I'm going to hook this up in underneath the engine bay. Okay, this is after two poorly done coats. It is kind of cold here, so it's taken a while for this paint to dry. If you mess up, it was pretty easy to wipe off, and then I just used some Goo Gone to kind of get the bad paint job off. This has been a little bit better and a little bit smoother. I don't see any pooling of wet paint, and so just take this nice and slow if you want it to look nice. And so this is after two coats, not much darker, so I'll probably be adding a few more coats after this, but I just need to take some time to let it dry. Okay, this is with 5 coats. I'm gonna add one more coat just to help even out some of the edges, but as it dries it gets darker, and so just be patient, wait a few minutes between each coat. Again, this is 5 coats. I'm gonna put a 6th coat on just to clean up some of those edges. Okay, so I've turned my wheel to the passenger side to work on this driver's side, but what I'm going to need to do is unscrew these 2 screws here. Okay, I'm trying to pull this off, and I just need to get a little bit more coverage or be able to see this a little bit better. So I'm going to go and take off some of these other screws that are in here. So there's one right here in the middle, and then one a little bit further closer to your driver's side mirror. Okay, I'm struggling to get that middle screw out without taking this wheel off, and I really don't want to take the wheel off. So I think I can get back here enough without damaging anything to unbolt this reflector. And you may be able to see there is a 10mm bolt. See if I can get you a better angle. There's a 10mm bolt here, and then a 10mm bolt up here, and then this is the clip that you unclip. So 10 here, 10 here, and then a clip. Let's see if I can get that without breaking anything. Okay, got the 2 bolts out. Now I just need to unclip this. And there's just 2 pegs that clip in, and you just push them together like that, and it comes right out. So there's the two clips that you squeeze together. So that's one of these out. I'm gonna go get the other one out. So this is the back side of where the reflector came out. There's the bolt holes, and then here's a square for the clips, and in the new light, that is where the electrical wiring comes out of. So it should go right through there without needing to do any drilling. Remove these two screws here. They're holding the fender liner in place, and we want to be able to run this wiring behind it. Okay, so now that will give us some access behind this hole to then run the wiring behind the bumper. Okay, so I've run some string down behind the lights, headlights, and then I've reached in and grabbed that string, and so what I'm hoping is that I can then tie the wire to the string and then pull it up to where it needs to go. Loud crow over there. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and get the bolts put on here to tighten this in. So remember, this is from need the 10mm socket to tighten this up. Okay, so I have the passenger one installed, and using that string method, I just dropped a string down here, found the string behind there, and then tied it to the wires and was able to pull it up. And so I have this passenger side wiring here, still tied to the string. The driver's side wiring is the same length, and unfortunately I need it to go all the way over there, and this is as far as I could get it. So I took some larger gauge wiring. Shouldn't be an issue because I'm just connecting it to the smaller gauge, but I just used some connectors and then used some electrical tape as some insulation just to keep that watertight. And so I'm going to run that to here and then get this spliced into my Raptor style lights. All right, so I'm at the battery and the fuse box for the truck. This is the electrical hardware that comes with the lights, and it comes with these pretty standard splicing tools here, these splice cables. I don't really like to use these. I like to use this style. You can pick these up at O'Reilly's or Amazon, but here you will splice the cable here of where you're wanting to get power from, and then you attach this to the light cable that you're installing, and then it just pops in there, and it's a little more snug and secure. I already have the Raptor style grill lights, and that's what I'm going to be tapping into. I want these markers to stay on all the time, not when the car is on, or off, excuse me, but only when the car is on. And so I'm actually going to be tapping into the Raptor style grill lights, and that's this cable here. If you don't have those Raptor style lights, you could use an add fuse to your positive. Your negative you would just take to the negative terminal on the battery, but the positive wire you could put it in this box where I've added the add fuse for the grill lights. I'm not gonna go too deep into this because I've got a full video on how to install this add fuse for the Raptor style lights, and I'll just link that here now. But that's what you could do. I'm going to actually just splice into these cables that I've already got rigged up in here so that I don't have to mess with the fuse box at all. All right, I ended up taking out these 6 pegs across this tray and ran the wiring underneath, just making sure that it was supported on the hood latch here, and then there's just keeping it away from the radiator and the fan. Ran the wiring over here, and I mean, it looks like a mess right now, but essentially, like I said before, the positive ran into the positive from my grill lights, and then the negative really just runs up to this cable and just taps in down here. And so before I fasten everything up, I just want to check the electrical connections and make sure that it's all working right before we fasten everything up. Okay, as you can see, there's that one line of LED amber lights. And then as you saw before, it was pretty black. After I spray painted it, see I've got my grill lights still on. And then the passenger one also works. And so I'm going to get all this fastened up. All right, guys, thanks for watching. Pretty easy install. I know anytime you're messing with the electrical system in the truck, it can get a little nerve-wracking. But here just needed a few tools to get this installed. Really like the smoked amber look. I like that it's black when the car's off and then lit up amber anytime the truck is on, like the grill lights. Again, if you found this helpful, please feel free to like and comment and hit that subscribe button. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers before the holidays so that we can finally get this channel monetized. Thanks a lot.